All right, welcome to Sunday Qigong. Nice to see you all over the world, summer as well as winter. And we're going to start the class today just with your Qigong posture as usual. Feet parallel. Soften your ankles, your knees, drop your tailbone. Chin tucked in and your spine lengthening. Soft shoulders. Tiny little golf ball or squash ball size under your axilla and a little bit of a gap between your thighs here. Good. See if you can find your last ribs. So if you come down your sternum, there's a little pointed piece at the bottom that's called your xiphoid process at the end of your sternum or your breastbone. And if you feel on either side, you can feel the ribs coming down in a V to either side. So what I'd like you to do is put your fingers on those ribs and let them just slide over. So they're almost sliding under a little bit, not too hard, but just be sure you're on that V section of your ribs. Now your diaphragm is attaching to the ribs underneath here, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around to your back, to your 12th thoracic vertebra. So as you breathe deeply into this area, you're actually expanding the whole cylinder of the chest cavity. But we're just going to focus on the front so you understand what's happening. So popping your fingers here, breathe in so that as you breathe into this area, you'll feel your fingers being pushed out. And it's being pushed out by your diaphragm. Your diaphragm is like an umbrella and it's expanding when you breathe in and then it collapses back as you breathe out. So this is your active part of the breath. Okay, so let's go. Breathing in through your nose. Expanding, feeling your belly expand, and you're expanding at the sides and the back, and then breathe out. And the diaphragm goes back up, making more space in your abdomen and less space in your chest. Breathe in, making more space in your chest and less space in your belly. And breathe out. Let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Just easy, relaxed breathing. Don't push the breath out. Just let it naturally return. Breathing in. See if you can breathe in for the count of 5 and breathe out for the count of 5. Your own 5, you can count yourselves. If you can't manage a 5-5, you can start with a 4-4. And if you manage very well for 5, see if you can do a 6-6, breathing in for 6. And breathing out for 6. Knowing that as you're doing this, you are consciously controlling the way you breathe. When we breathe in and out equally, the same amount of time, we call that coherence breathing. And it's just very calming, mentally calming, and alert calm, you can put it that way. If we want to get much more relaxed, I would extend the exhale. But at the moment, we're going to do a class, and we just want to be here and now present. Okay, right. Let's move the spine, and we're going to do knocking on the door of life. So here, I want you to keep your feet, both your feet on the ground here. Don't lift your heels up as you move. Feel your tailbone is dropped. Your chin is tucked in, so you're lengthening through the spine, and we're trying to get a rotation through the spine, unbroken by a bend in the back. So long spine, looking at rotation. You're opening up the sacroiliac area of the spine as well. You're knocking just below the navel on a point called Sea of Energy. So this is going to give you lots of energy. This is a yang exercise. And at the back, you're knocking on a point called Ming Men, which means door of life. So give quite a nice clap here. This is going to wake you up. You're knocking over your adrenal glands at the back. So it's going to help release some cortisol and serotonin, help you through the day, give you a little bit of spurt of energy if it's in the evening. So I've still got quite a few things to do. All right, here, one hand's going to still knock over the back. Other one's coming up to shoulder nest, that little hollow just below your clavicle where the shoulder comes on. Little hollow there, that's your lung 1 and 2. And if you've been sick, this is very good to boost your immunity. The lung is connected to the strength of the immune system in the body, or the immune system of the body is connected to the wellness of your lungs. Okay. Come up to over the angle of the neck. You're over the trapezius, one hand still on the back, still getting that rotation through the back. But you're kind of focusing a little bit more on the rotation that's happening at the thoracic and your neck junction here. Good. And then come down back to shoulder nest. And back down to Ming Men and the door of life. And so let's balance this work. So we've done nice yang exercise. Let's bring in the yin component. And we're going into water waves. So the same movement, just let everything be really soft. And you could close your eyes as you do this. Just easy breathing. And dip in, close your eyes, and notice how your hips are moving. Notice how your shoulders feel. Notice how your spine feels as it's rotating. Has it still kept that length? Maybe notice the touch of your clothes on your skin. And can you feel the air as your fingers move through the air? And relax. Stand for a second with your eyes closed and just notice how your body feels. We're starting to move the energy of the body around. Okay, good. Get a little bit more mobility back as well. Okay, so we're doing spinal alignment. We've done the rotation. Let us do the backwards and forwards. So we're going to do spinal cord breathing. And most of you know this. So when you do this, think about your knees staying a little bit bent the whole time. Don't bend and straighten them. Don't pump them. Just keep them bent. So we're going to open up. Let your tailbone come up like a duck's tail as you do that. And as you go forwards, tuck your tailbone under. So you're now got a rounded back. Okay, breathing in through the nose. And we'll also breathe out through the nose. It's good to strengthen the lung as we do that. Breathe out. Breathe in, open up. Tuck your chin in, look up as you do this. And as you breathe out, tighten your bottom as you tuck that tailbone under. Breathe in. So we're pumping the cerebrospinal fluid from inside your head right down the spine, nourishing the spinal nerve roots, nourishing the spine as we do this. And bringing a lot of air in at the same time. So we're getting a really good nourishment coming through to cerebrospinal fluid and your central nervous system. Breathe in. Tuck your chin in, breathe out, tailbone tucked under, tighten your bottom. Let's do one more. Breathe in, open up. There we go. And breathe out, tuck under. Let your hands go down. Good. We've got forwards and back. We've got rotation. Let's do side, side. So dog wagging its tail. So just nice loose body. Think about the dog wagging his tail is all loose and floppy. And it's really easy to do the hip movement, but then see if you can get a little bit more movement coming up through the thoracic area and even into your head. I find this one of the most difficult exercises to allow my neck to kind of loosen up from my hips or my thoracic spine from my neck. So if you're a belly dancer, you can do this really, really easily. But in the Western world, we didn't grow up doing these movements. So flop, 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 and see if you can let your head go as well. I find if my head goes and the rest of my body doesn't follow, but it's a practice. Maybe do it in the mirror and you can see if you can get your head going. Maybe try and speed it up a little bit. And slow it down. All right. So that was a side movement of the spine. Let's continue the side movement by moving the body like a river. Open your legs up here. And you're going to move your weight across, bend your knees, your hands on your knees. So initially just get that movement going through the legs. Feel the weight transfer from one side to the other. Moving your hips across and then your lumbar spine across. Hips across, lumbar spine, and then your thoracic spine, then your shoulder, then your head. Hips, thoracic, shoulder, heads. Breathe into one side, breathe out to this other side. Most of us are stiff in side bending movements of the spine. So this is really a chance to notice if there's a particular area where you're stiff and then focus on that a little bit. So Qigong is an embodied practice. We're feeling what our body's doing when we're practicing. We're going inside. We're not doing this like possibly at the gym where David is, which it's great thing for being at the gym so you can strengthen up specifically. But if we do this and we're listening to pumping music and chatting to our friends at the same time, we're just not going to get the same quality of movement. And this is a very good mindful practice because your mind is on what you're doing and what you intend to do as well. Go, come up a little bit higher. And then let's focus on the thoracic side bend. And here we're going to push as if maybe you're opening a curtain or you're making a space through the bamboo in the forest, walking through the path. And here we're looking for more side flexion in the thoracic spine and then the neck. Hips are doing quite well. Feel as if you're pushing something quite heavy. So feel the push rather than the pull sensation there. Feel that beautiful changing movement that's happening between your shoulders behind you. Be aware of your weight transfer from side to side. You can imagine if you were doing this in water, how you would be making ripples in the water. So we're stirring the air around us, helping our gardens to grow. Good, and come up. All right, let's rub our hands together. Just do a little bit of work around our hands. Every single finger's got a meridian either starting or ending at the fingers. So this is where a lot of our energy comes out and where we give a lot of energy to other people and into our work. So let's rub up into your lower arms and up into the upper arms and shake it loose. Right, let's give a little knock on the outside of the elbow. Again, if you've been sick, this is a very strong point for immunity. Large intestine 11, other side. Large intestine 11. You're developing a bit of sinuses because we're all living in flower bowls in the Cape now. They're just daisies all over. Wake up in the morning sneezing. So this is very good for allergies as well. Center of the elbow, that's going to be your pericardium. And if we come to the inner part, that is going to be your heart meridian coming down here. Good. Let's take a hand over the middle of trapezius here, point called shoulder well. Hold your hand on your elbow and give yourself a nice massage into there. Trapezius is one of the most common muscles in the body to give you trigger points. And if you're digging really hard, I mean, I can feel mine clicking, it's so tight. So this is mostly because most of us do quite a lot of work with our shoulders too high. This is something that you should do on quite a regular basis, especially if you're working with your arms, a computer or drawing or something like that. Just come in and release these muscles. Really kind. If you do that, get a bit more circulation there. And these are super common muscles to give you headaches. Headaches usually over the side of your head, back of your head. So having your hand on your elbow helps you to give a nice strong dig in there. Right, shake it out a little bit. And let's look at our shoulders. We're doing quite a lot of joint mobilization today. In the second half, we're going to be doing some new 5-element flows. So let's just limber up for that. So what you're wanting to feel here is how well your shoulder blades are gliding up and down the rib cage at the back. There's about 3 layers of muscles there and fascia, and they can often get a little bit stuck together. And actual shoulder joint is not going to have full movement unless your shoulder blade has got full range of movement. And also the shoulder blade needs to be really strongly supported as well. It's your anchor for the shoulder. So as we're doing this, we're using the lower part of your trapezius, which is often weak because we tend to hold our shoulders up more than actually root them down. All right, change direction around. And now you can start bringing that movement through the waist to the opposite hip. Over. And relax. I just shake it out. All right, let's think about the neck. Let's spread the feathers. Hands out to the side. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in, and spiral forwards. Palms facing forwards. Spiral behind, and you're rolling your thumbs around here. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in. Take a breath in and just slowly drop your ear towards your shoulder. Take your time as you breathe out. Dropping, dropping, dropping. And breathe in and come up. And breathe out and drop down to the other side. Notice if both sides of your neck have got the same movement. If not, try and recover the movement on the side that doesn't. Breathe in and breathe out. Drop down, down, down. And breathe in. And opposite side, drop down. And come up. Back of the hands is facing forwards. Bend your knees, scoop down, and now your little fingers are coming around. So we're going to be stretching the front part of the neck and arms here. Breathe in and drop down. And you may find that this one, you're a little bit tighter in your neck with the front muscles of the neck rather than the back muscles of the neck. I certainly am. Breathe in and breathe out. And let it drop slowly, slowly, slowly with out breath through the open mouth. So whenever we're trying to relax, we breathe out through the mouth and relax. Okay, let's think about the turning of the neck. So we'll do wise owl, turns his head. So chin tucked in, tailbone dropped, soft shoulders. Hands with the palms facing forwards. And as you turn to look behind, you open your hands and you open the shoulders and you look behind you with your eyes leading the way. As you come back, bring the back of the hands to face the front. Soft knees, breathing in as you go back. Slow it, slow movement. Breathe out, coming forwards. And as we repeat this movement, we help to hydrate the joints of the spine. You've got little facet joints like shingles, the side of your vertebra. And there's nice juicy fluid in there. And when we repeat an action like this, it's what the Chinese called oiling the joints. We help to oil the joints of the neck. Back. One more to each side. Back. One last one. And come back. Close your eyes for a second. Just notice how your body feels. You feel a little bit of heat or tingling. It's just showing you that the energy is stoking up in the body and you're moving energy around. Okay, let's do a more full body movement. Let's do holding teacups. Remember, we take teacups, little teacups in our hands here. We want the tea to fall out, so you've got to hold them up. Take those teacups behind you as you bend down and come up, bringing those teacups over your head and around. Teacups go behind you, bend your knees, let your bottom sink back. As you come up, open your groins, a beautiful position to open your groins, and there we go. And around, back. And coming up. Do another two. Bend your knees, sit back, spiral. So full body, stretch this, open your groin, and come back. And go up. So last one, coming down. Right. Good. Just move your feet around, move your shoulders, anything you need to move in your body. And we're going to move into the flow section of the class. So in the flow section, you're wanting to move with relaxation. More relaxation than in the beginning of the class. Beginning of the class, we tend to stretch and bring a little power. And here we're really using soft power, soft flow. So let's open the flow. Back. It's a Tai Chi opening move. Tai Chi is always opened with this move. Shoulders, elbows, hands. And hands, elbows, shoulders. Breathing in. Feel as if the breath is lifting your arms. And the breath is allowing you to lower. You're lowering with the breath. And you're lifting with the in-breath. And you're floating down in the out-breath. So the first flow we're going to be doing is a lung flow. And we know a couple of flows. We know the soaring crane is one of the lung flows, and the other one we do is holding up the sky. And now with this one, what we're going to do, position the stalk position. So we're going to fly. We're going to open up your wings here. Tailbone drop down, chin tucked in. And when you come in, your thumb and your first finger come together. And then you bring your hands towards the lungs. Don't touch the lungs, in front of your lungs. And as if you went out and you got some energy and you held the energy between your thumb and your first finger. And now you're allowing that energy from the air around you to seep into your lungs, to not seep is too soft a word, let's just say you're guiding that energy into your lungs. And if there's any grayness in your lungs, sadness in your lungs, we push it away. Breathe in. Thumb and first finger together, hold that energy, pull it in and let it radiate from your hand into your lungs. Imagine that being a pearly, silvery white light. That's the color of healthy lungs. So imagine some pearly white light from your hands going into your lungs, Lungs getting really, really healthy, soft, robust. And any bits of gray, cloudy stuff, push it away with an out breath. Breathe in. Thumb and forefinger together, breathe out. Radiate that energy into your lungs. Feel your lungs 3D in the front and the sides and the back, filling up with this pearly white light. Smile to your lungs. And any rigidness of the lungs, grayness, stodginess in the lungs, push it away. Do one more. Breathe in. There's so much energy in the world around us. Let's just bring some of it in. And intentionally heal your lungs. Qigong is about being able to heal your own body and push any grayness away. Let our hands drop down into the lower tree position. So fingers facing each other, just below the navel there. You close your eyes and we just do a lung standing position here. Allow your breath to drop. Just imagine your lungs, pearly white, silvery, healthy, radiant. Send some gratitude for your lungs for just breathing for you every day. Sometimes you think about your breathing, most of the time your body does it automatic. When our lungs are strong, we have inspiration, courage. When they're weak, we feel a bit sad and depressed. And it's often affected by sorrow, and we all have sorrow in our lives from time to time. And it really affects the lungs. So, gone through anything like this, lighten it up with that lovely silver light and relax. Open your eyes. So the second yin organ we're going to work on is the kidney. So we know the fountain, that is a kidney exercise, and Zen circles is also a kidney flow. So we're going to do a different Zen circle. We're going to do an upward one instead of a lower one. So your the top hand is going to go across the body. And remember, it's like clearing the head and coming down. Breathe in, go across the body. Back of the hand facing your forehead, over and down. So do a slow change over here, spiraling through your arm across the forehead and down. It's actually a beautiful movement. Allow your body to sway with it. Right up over the head and down. You might slowly increase that circle as your shoulder eases up with its movement. Imagine you've got crystal clear water and you bring it across your forehead, cooling it down so that your mind becomes crystal clear. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, circling up, around. And again, just have a sense of how you're moving through the air, making patterns in the air, just like you'd make swirling patterns in the water if you did this. Clearing. Your kidneys are important for your bones and your bone marrow. Kidney health is really important for your reproduction. And of course, your waterworks, working very hard for us. Kidneys can be adversely affected by cold, wintertime, also by fear. The strong qualities of the kidney are stillness and calm and strength. So inner strength and calm, the kidneys. Let's go down to holding the ball behind you, facing the kidneys. So you've got lower tree standing here, and you've got the kidney standing in this position. Your hands pointing towards the kidneys. As you're in this position, allow your knees to bend a little bit more weight on your heels. Allow your breath to drop towards the kidneys at the back, just in front of your lower ribs there. And color for the kidney is a beautiful metallic blue. The daoists spoke about the jewels in the body, the jewels for the different organs. And so the kidney had this beautiful blue color. Imagine a beautiful blue radiating through your kidneys, strengthening your kidneys up there. Are your eyes to be closed as your body is still, so all the energy can sort of go wherever it needs to in the body, unimpeded by your movement. And allow your hands to drop. And the next one is going to be for the liver. Liver is the wood element. The kidney was the water element, okay? The lungs were the metal element. Okay, so wood element, we're going to do repulse monkey. So this is an exercise you know. So we have our little chi ball and we open up. Open up, we can look to the back. And as we come with this hand forward, you see the hand coming past your ear into this little chi ball here. And because this is a chattering monkey and we've been clearing all those repetitive thoughts and we want to throw them away. So let's drop them down. And in that space, we bring a strong, clear path for you, not your kidney, for your liver there. Turn, open up, so breath in, breathe out, clearing, 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 taking your little chi ball there and dropping it down. All the nonsense, just drop it, throw it away, and bring through strong intent. Okay, chi ball, where are we going to go next? We're going to go open up. Remember the liver. When the liver is free and open, then we're very generous. And when it's full of nonsense, then we get angry and obstreperous. Okay. Turning, turning, opening up. Breathe out. We're coming past the gallbladder meridian along here as we go past the ear. The liver and gallbladder work together. Have your little chi ball of chattery monkey thoughts and throw it down to the ground. And we can take the energy of gravity, which is grounding, come back into our lives. Okay. Take that chi ball around. Open up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hand past the ears. Clearing, 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 clearing. Taking that and take it away and pushing up. When you get here, bring your hands into tree standing. Tree standing for the liver. Elbows are dropped. Hands facing a little bit down towards the liver's over here. Okay. Here you can put a little bit more weight on your heels as well. Shoulders dropped. Let your breath go down into your belly. Close your eyes. Nice, deep, slow breathing in and out through the nose if you can. So the liver is the wood element. So when you think of the color that enhances and strengthens the liver, it's a green. maybe think of the green light that's coming through with the sunlight as it comes through the leaves of the trees. Imagine that green light coming into your liver and strengthening it. Gratitude for your liver. Does about 500 different functions for you every day. Clears the toxins out of the body. Works with the blood. When the liver's strong, we're generous and we've got creativity. But we're also strong in life about the things that need to change, things that aren't all right. We take a stand for the things that are good in life. Right, from there, just bring your hands in front of your heart. We're going to do heart flow called Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. So I'm turning to the one side. I'm turning to my left. I'll be your right, but turn to the side. And as you do that, the same side arm comes up above your head and the lower arm pushes through. As you come back, the middle finger of the palm touches towards the inner part of the elbow, which is your heart meridian, and one hand up, other one pushes through. Fair Lady Works the Shuttle, coming back, middle finger to the elbow, then up to the sky, and the lower arm pushes through, working the shuttle. So they were probably making material and silks for the silken brocades. Breathing in, breathing out. The heart, of course, the seat of our emotion and our connection with the world. Are we in touch with the world? Are we shutting it off? Are we allowing too much of the world come in to us? So when we do this, we can actually sometimes we need to clear the effect of people around us or society around us on our heart, because there's so much big hard stuff going on. But if we're too cold, we want to just bring some breezes to the fire and stoke the fire a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out through your mouth as you push away. Whenever we push away, it's good to breathe out through the mouth because we're clearing. Breathe in and breathe out. Coming to center, our standing position of the heart, we're going to hold the golden urn here. So think of the neck of the urn, and our hands are facing up to the sky, to the universe. So you can almost imagine that you can have a pouring down of, it'll be a yang energy coming from the universe down into the heart. Nourishing the heart. Think about where your heart is in your thoracic cavity. It's nestling in with your left lung there, but it's going across to the center as well. So the right lung is also wrapping around it. And imagine the color of the heart that strengthens it is that beautiful orange glow that you get in the campfire at night. Gratitude to your heart for allowing you to be part of this world and part of your community. Letting my elbows go slightly out but dropped. And we're going to come down to our last yin organ, 5 elements, 5 organs. And what we're doing is we're balancing them. So sometimes one takes too much more center stage. We want them all, and sometimes they have to, but we bring them back and we balance them like tuning up an orchestra so that it sounds pleasant. Okay. All right, single pebble in the pond. We're going to go across and come back. So this is the one, single pebble in the pond. We also sometimes call it the tiger gathering her cubs. It's actually a really nice one. And the spleen is the earth element. Of course, the heart was the fire element. The spleen is our grounding element. Now we're going to add to this as we come back. We're going to take one hand to the earth, one hand to the sky, push mountain, push sky, and then we turn them to face each other. And we bring that energy up from the earth and down from the universe together to our Dantian area. Change over. Heaven in the pond going out, coming back. Push mountain, hold skies, lengthen your spine as you go up there. And then bring that energy down from the sky, up from the earth, into the Dantian, into your Dantian here. Pebble in the pond, around, coming back. Let's do one more reach. Up we go, push mountain, hold sky. Strengthen, really rooting you, but at the same time touching universe, touching, being the yin of the earth and the yang of the sky, coming back. Last one around. Back. Up, open up, open up, open up. Drop your tailbone, take your chin in. You feel your head, lift it up. Your spine is long, 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 long. And bring that energy and bring it down. Bring it right down to Dantian here. And now we're going to make a little diamond here, just in front of the Dantian. And this is our standing position for the spleen. Color of the spleen in Chinese medicine is yellow. So just imagine a yellow glow going towards your spleen. And of course, the part of the spleen is the stomach. And the spleen and stomach are important for transformation of food in your body and transport of food in your body as well. And in terms of your mind, in terms of taking ideas and rooting those ideas and allowing them to grow. We feel grounded on the planet, grounded in our lives when our spleen is strong and our stomach is strong. Of course, the spleen and stomach, anciently, always through the years, have been known as worry guts. So you worry, 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 have repetitive thoughts. That's going to damage the spleen and stomach a little bit there. So just breathe down into the spleen that's on your left side of the body below the stomach. Feel that yellow jewel. Gratitude for it taking so much nonsense both from your eating habits and your minds. And relax, hands down, and we'll finish with pulling down the heavens in the 6 directions. So breathing in, arms out to the side, and be aware of the world on both sides of you. Drop your tailbone, tuck your chin in, long spine, and at the same time you've got a width going across here between the shoulder blades. Open shoulders, elbows, hands, and then front and back, being aware of the world in front of you and behind you, the space in front of you, space behind you. And then allow your arms to come up as you turn to the front. Let your shoulder blades rise up over your thoracic area, reaching for the sky, being vertically really, really long here. And let your hands come down towards the earth, floating down through the air, feeling the substance of the air as you're going down. And breathing in, opening to the sides, feel the space on either side of you. Breathing out, feel the space behind and in front of you. Breathing in, coming up to the sky. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And breathing out, feeling how gravity is pulling you down, pulling your hands down. Your hands are going to settle just below your navel on your dantian. feet a little bit closer, and just close your eyes for a few seconds and just notice how you feel. Notice any sounds around you. Notice the temperature of the air. The way your balance moves through your feet from one side to the other. Allow your forehead to soften, your jaw to soften, shoulders. Allow your face to have a hint of a smile on it. And just think of, I don't know, between 1,000 and 2,000 things that you're grateful for today. Hold that space. And let your hands drop. Open your eyes. And thank you for joining Sunday Qigong. Have a wonderful week.